Okay, so today we are going to again uh, continue getting some understanding on this microservice REST API. And yesterday class we study how we can store bulk data in our database via the post endpoint, or maybe from the command line backend interface, or maybe from the SQL file, right? So
Right.
whenever we you are going to load bulk of data, that times we get one more kind of problems. Those problems today we are going to discuss. As of now, if your microservice have a uh, only API, that post API creating the one user, okay, one user you created, that's no problem. But now your API support you can pass the list of user, right? And here I create the list of a 1000 user, right, or 1000 employee, and I can save data here. Database going to JPA is stored in the all in the database, it's good. But next problem, let's you say, hey, I want to get. So you are supposing using the get API. I want to get. So they are returning all maybe 10,000 record at a same time, right?
Right.
You are returning all, or you are returning only one, right? Only one by ID, right? By ID. So we started discuss. Yes, you can get all the data, or you can get by ID, one ID, or you can get by set of ID. I want to five IDs. You can pass the five IDs, right? But sometime I want all. But notice here, let's see, I have created 10,000 record, okay? 10,000 employee, one request. And I'm getting all 10,000 in response, right? But notice whenever these API are consumed by some UI application, right? On UI application, surely you are not going to display all 10,000 employee in the one page, right? Might be I want only first 10 record for the first page, right?
Correct.
Next page, I want a next 10 request. Next page, I want to next 10, right? So this concept known as pagination. Pagination means ki, hey, user want, no, I want only first 20 record. Give me the 2020 slot, right? Not, I don't interested you give me the other record, because my first page or one screen can only display 20 record at a time, right? So why unnecessary backend API give me the all 10,000 record? Your network are going to use unnecessary, right? Why not it just returning my page size? My screen, mobile screen or desktop screen depend upon the visibility. You give me the limited set of data which I want. I want
Right.
only 10. The first 10, next 10, next 10, next 10, next 10, right? This is known as a concept pagination. Generally, when you are creating millions of data, your API not returns millions of data in the one, because your browser have a bandwidth, your network have a bandwidth, right? We have a limited period of data you can send, right? So due to that, while getting data from the database, our REST endpoint support pagination. If customer want, hey, no, I want only 10 record at a time you give me. Again, I say next 10, you give me the next 10. I can say next 10, again you give me the next 10, right? This is the way real application are designed, right?
Right.
So till now we have no find all means all the data which created by us they returning, but this is not a valid use case. For the testing purpose, it's okay. You created only the 10 record, 10 record you displaying. That's good. But let's assume this application deployed and 1 month, 2 month, 3 month daily basis customer creating 10 record, 1,000 record, 1,000 record, 1,000 record. After 1 year, your database have a millions of record, right? And you are getting get all. You are returning get all millions of record, your application, your browser will crash. Say out of memory. They are not loading page. So these are the problem come when your Get API is not support pagination.
Right. Because it's a throttle, like it cannot pass all
Yeah,
the data.
yeah. And generally, all the UI applications, whatever you are doing, generally used by the customer, right? And customer
Mhm.
have a maybe mobile application or desktop application have a limited uh, screen resolution, length and width. You can show not the million record, right?
Right.
So this is the way we are going to understand when we are going to build our Get API support pagination, right?
Right.
This is a very realistic situation, right? Till now, whatever we have learned, just use the hey JPA find all. They return all the data in the table, right?
Right.
But this is just good for our small database, good for our testing, right?
Right.
So let's learn today. Our objective, we are going to understand how our Get API return the limited data which user want, right? Maybe two
Right.
record, maybe 10 record, maybe 20 record. Let's get user decide. Let's give one mobile developer just want to only 5 record. Maybe desktop application developer maybe want to 10 record, right?
Right.
Our backend application, backend server is serve get request and post request. Good the objective today we are what we are going to understand.
Yeah.
Let's start as usual. Let's create the fresh one application, right? So that it is also possible we can just use the starter project and start developing on the same quickly we can complete that. But my objective, let's you revise the same things and you understand from fresh how we can build this, right?
Okay. Okay. I see. I see. Yeah.
It's possible I started my study application and I start working developing on that, right? This is the one way. But I'm saying many times you look the same code again you feel comfortable, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Because these activities many number of times I am doing, so you feel more comfortable to each and every steps daily basis, right?
Right.
So let's do here. Surely it will take some time, but our objective is not just save the time. Our objective, we become more familiar with the code, the steps we are doing, right?
Right. Right.
Familiarity means you are getting understand and become easy for you.
Right.
Okay. So our objective not just do the quickest time. Our objective, we become familiar with the code, the steps, what we are doing, right?
Right. Right.
So let's
Not too fast.
not too
Right.
fast.
Yeah.
Take times, right? If you understand one thing, a small thing, it's okay for me, right?
Right.
So let's here support pagination, right? Pagination. Okay. Pagination demo, right? And let's start. And again, similarly, I need the REST API. So we need a web, build the REST API, and we need a JPA. We need JPA, and we need a H2 database, or you can use your MySQL, the same thing, right? You can use Lombok, okay? This is sufficient. REST API, JPA, a database, and Lombok. Let's download, generate project. Mhm. We are open. This is the download. Let's unrestrict all and start our application. Here, one thing we have to add one more dependency. Here, notice here by default Spring Initializer not give this open API document, right? Spring doc. So you have to get out from this different URL Spring document is, right?
So we are adding something else.
Swagger testing,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
that easy to test, right? And Open API just by default Spring Initializer not give this is not a by default application for the Spring on demand basis. Some user needed, some not needed, right?
Yeah.
So you have to just I want to we want, right? Yes, trust him. And just add one dependency for this testing purpose so that we can easily test all the pagination, all the post get from the Swagger, right?
Right.
This is my POM file, and this POM file we are going to uh, just add one more dependency like a Spring Doc, okay, and that is Open API. This is the only one additional dependency we are going to add, and let's our application are all okay. And just any times you change the POM dependency, it would be good just you reload them. Multiple they're scanning, loading, resolving dependency, right? Almost done. Okay. Sometime you not just go here and Maven and just reload project. So by default, they are reloading means ki just whatever dependency mentioned, they are going to download and scan and store in the repository, right?
Yeah.
So it's good. Let's close and yes. So first things, let's we are going to add some first model class. Let's create the employee, okay? Employee, okay? And employee just long ID. This should be private, right? Generally, field always make a private, right? Sometime I forget to write, right? But you have private and name, and just let today couple of more field, right? Private name, maybe int age, and you can name is maybe anything department string department, okay, or just get a salary, okay, maybe long, okay, anything so till now we can decide I'm not but here uh, this is the what next we are saying, hey, this is the my database table, the entity, right? This is my database table, and again say just one annotation. Data means they generate a setter get a twisting method, right? This
Right.
good, and that's sufficient, right?
Yeah.
And here just mention this is my ID should be primary key, ID should be primary key, and this is the auto generated. This is the basic, and I'm not getting any null, not null letter part. Whenever you can add here null, net, column name, unique, not unique, whatever, right? So our objective, the now database created, and Here we can use next we can use the repository, right? So in interface employee repository, and that going to inheritance from this JPA repository, and pass hey employee, and this is the long your ID. Okay, now it's done. And after that you can say, hey, I need a one class employee controller, and say, hey, this is my REST controller. I want to build our REST API, and it's good. And let's say, hey, I need a method public void get all. That means we need a hey repository JPA private final employee repository repo, and initializing the constructor. And here say hey repository dot uh, find all return. This okay, this will return the list of employee. Okay, and this would be your get mapping, and you can say slash employees. Okay, so in this way you are going to get mapping. So let's one post mapping, and say public void create, and here say we are going to the make a list of employee. We are creating the list of employee, right?
Yeah.
List of employees, and here say, hey, I am going to make a request body. Okay, this is come under request body, and say return uh, repository dot save all. Okay, we are going to save list of employees, right? And this will change the return type list of employees. Okay, and here should be the mapping. Okay, employees. Okay, so
Yeah.
till now it's okay. Let's create some employee and get some. This is the basic way you can create our model,
Right.
and can create basic post endpoint and simple get endpoint. So later part we can understand how we are going to use our pagination part. First basic work, right? So this is a very good. We have developed two endpoints, get and post. Let's start this application.
So far, we only created the route or like a REST API.
REST API and two endpoints. One is the get endpoint, one is the post endpoint. Post for
Right.
creating the list of employees, and get means just getting list of employees, right?
Right.
Just simple for all the same method, get all methods are we are using from this JPA repository. Hope it should start. There is no any problem. your service. Let me check the logs. JPA started, application is started, and let's check. So here we are going to localhost Swagger, right? This is our application is started. We have only two endpoints. Employee get input. If I'm getting, I am not getting any data, right? So let's first make a post, and here notice whatever you field given here. Though I am just not interested to this uh, name. Name maybe Smith. Okay, age would be 23. Salary would be 45,000. Right.
Yeah.
Let's create a now multiple employee. Right. Okay, and that's comma here. Right. So here
Right.
John 35, salary 453, right? And similarly,
Yeah.
one create more.
So you only created one table, like one.
Yes, only one, only employee, right?
Hmm.
And as per the need, you can create any number of, right?
Right.
Uh, John Adam 40 38 29, and let's create because we need a pagination, the multiple record we have to create. Let's
Right.
so here say Corey is the 46 and salary would be 72. Okay, so let us say I've created till now 1 2 3 4 5 and just check post. So we can create multiple record because we support the now this record is created, and let's check. So we are getting the all record, right?
Right.
So let me create again some more records so that pagination can multiple page we can get, right? uh, that is the problem here. Once we create it and again lose after restart server, right? So
Yeah.
let uh, would be good we can use the MySQL, not an issue, but as of now it's clear. Okay, let we
Right.
can create from this server startup, right? So that this data always preserved, right? So
Or
I am
you
going,
can you can save this JSON so that when you restart the server, you can just paste.
yeah, so let's I can create it from this server startup. Okay,
Hmm.
on the server startup I can create maybe uh, load data class load data. Okay,
Okay, so you want to do that way.
yeah, as a configuration. Okay, on server startup I load some basic information, right? And here say bean configuration command line run, right? Command line runner load init data, and here say employee repository repo. Here say just return here, and here I can uh, create a list of employee here. Here I can say employee dot just create the list of employee, right? So here say a list of employee employees equal to new array list, right?
Right.
And here say employee dot add, and here you can add the employee. So here we need a constructor. So here we have a multiple option. one thing need a create ID not required, right? I required name, age, salary, three attribute. So one more options to create object using, generally we can how to create object using the new keyword, right? Currently we know
Right,
in this way, employee equal to new employee, this way, right?
right,
And after that you can say, generally we are doing employee dot set name, right? Set
right.
name. And this is the one way we can know employee name like Adam, okay? And similarly, head need the set age, right? 45. And you can say, hey, set salary. This is the general way we are doing, right? Okay. And you can add their employee, okay? So this is the way you can generally create one. This is the one way, right? You can do. But Lombok say you can use the some without the same way using the fluent way. For that you need one more annotation, builder. Builder annotation say now this is the one way you can, it's fine, you can do. But notice here need the default constructor, right? Because there's no default constructor, right? You need a default constructor. So as of now, I'm just, we already know okay, this is the one way we can do. So I'm just commenting and I say you can do this way. Your employee, it's good. Here say employee dot build and dot say ki, hey, my name is Smith, right? And then say age is the 35. Then say salary is a 5 6, right? This is the one way, right? And then say hey dot build. So this is the way you can create the one employee object, right?
Yeah,
So this is the smooth, you can say, a linear way, name, age, salary. This is another way, this is known as a builder design pattern. So Spring implemented, you can create the object using this way. It's one way, but this is another way, fluent way we can do, right? So let's say, hey, I can create this similarly. Here, I'm going to say 10 employee object, right? This is the one employee, right? Similarly,
right.
I copy paste the multiple time, right? Right? Just change something. Can it?
We could have do that with a new employee object, right?
This is
Instead of
also one
writing.
way. This is also one way. Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
This is
Okay,
the
so
different.
this is another
Uh,
way.
just we have to learn different approach, right?
Right, 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 right.
Oh, maybe James. Okay. Many names. Just change the any age randomly so that okay, and just change some. Okay. So in this way also you can create the list of employee, and after that I highlighted repository repo.save. Okay, so you can save repo.save. Okay,
Right.
save all employees. Okay, so in this way you can save this employee. Okay, you can do just I commented out, you already know, right? So this is the way you can. Okay, this and then let's S out data loaded. Data loaded. Okay. So whenever I start, we'll get this record by default always. This we have to done only because we are using the H2 database. If you are using MySQL, you don't need to do this, right? Because your data always persists, right?
Right. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I miss the let's not an issue, but our objective is not to understand a specific database. Learn how we are implement this. If we have a list of data, how we can use the pagination, right?
Right. Right.
Let's start it. Done. Good, done. This data is the loaded, right? And if I go, maybe just not refresh, just get endpoint, we are getting the new data, right?
Right.
Okay, what internal error? No default constructor. Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
We missed the default constructor. Okay.
Yeah. Over here at the top.
Here. Just say hey, no R constructor, right?
Okay. Yeah. No arc constructor.
What they saying? What they are saying some error? Okay, let's what they are saying. No R constructor, all R okay. No and all both are expecting here, right?
Okay. What does that mean?
This,
Oh,
they want to say कि no argument constructor, I do this all argument constructor.
okay.
Just
Okay.
they want. So I'm not using all argument constructor until you have to pass the ID as well as. That's so our database by default generate ID. Then why I'm passing here ID, right?
Right.
Only objective I'm not using the all argument constructor to create this new, right?
Right.
But we have to learn different approaches how to create the objects, right?
Right.
This approach known as a maybe sometime interviewer ask you know how to create the object using the builder design pattern. The builder design
Oh,
pattern is
good
just class
design.
name. Yeah. Class name, use your builder pattern and say, I want to set name. There is no set name, just name, age, salary, and the build. This
Mm.
here I'm not using any new keyword. Notice they
Oh, okay. Okay. I
automatically
see. I see.
generate, right? Now let's again test. I am getting this all record, right? Okay.
Right.
And if you have this postman request, if this is you set again, you can add this all. Notice
Right.
you can get again this same record again added, and notice after that you are getting the some bigger record. So almost we have a lots of content here, right?
Right.
But this is the good, but I want no don't show all to me. I want just this three only three, right?
Okay. Okay.
So for that, we are building the couple of end let's endpoints. One way, ki, hey, someone say, I don't want to all. So you can say, okay, you don't want to all, just give me the ID. So this is one way which we know. Here you can pass the ID, right? This is the ID. And here say get one. Here say long ID, right? And here say like what say? Uh,
Long ID should be path variable, right? Path.
yes, right. This should be at the rate path variable. Whatever the read from this URL, now you have to use the path variable, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I need a dot find by your ID. Okay,
Fine, right. Yeah.
and just say okay. So this is the one way. If you use a but so okay, only one record. I want maybe three record. I want to pass three ID. So you can say okay, you want such that means here need a list. So I can build maybe by different endpoints saying hey no, I want not only ID. I want employees by IDs, multiple IDs I can pass, right? In the case of multiple, you have to say here list, right? I need a list of IDs, right? List of IDs, right?
Right.
So we have going to two endpoint. One is the simple one ID, one in the list of IDs, maybe ID 2, 3, 4. So here we are going to change. So here find all by IDs, file all by IDs, right? Find all by IDs. And here
Right.
you can pass IDs. Notice yesterday we are writing the own code here, right? But this is the already I explore. This is the method already exists, right? Here.
Right.
This is the find by ID, one ID. A find all by IDs is the list of IDs. So now we have developed this two endpoint by one ID or by multiple IDs, right?
Multiple IDs. Yeah.
So you suggested one good option, just I copy paste, right?
Hmm.
For reference purpose. So just oh I not started. So we have developed two endpoint, one by one ID, one by list of IDs.
Great.
But here again
But
problem.
we need three. You
Huh,
said three, right?
Here we
So
have to add pass the three IDs. Let
okay.
just uh, start first. Okay, and let's refresh. Then we find a couple of more two endpoint, right? They return by default all, right? But this is the our master data. It's not a problem. It's good. By default, they returning all. But I want to specific ID, like I want to specific ID only record. I know the ID. I record ID 4, right? So they return the only one record, right? 4, Kenneth, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to 7. They return the ID 7, right?
Only one. Yeah.
One. But no, maybe on to 3 or 4. So we have to say by IDs. By ID say, hey, pass with the list of oh, I miss. So here we miss to now here this value we are not passing here in the body itself. So here need a request parameter,
Request
right?
param. Param. Yeah. Yeah.
So please note path param read from here this value, okay? And
Right.
if there is no value, there no curly braces, no ID, then you have to either because here in the list of ID, how many number of ID 1, 2, 3 I pass here, right? So I
Right.
say long, and here should be many, not one, many, right?
Right.
And again restart. So these kind of endpoint some time needed. Specific one, specific many, and next we are going to build one more point that support the not ID base, as just count base, 4 record, 5 record, 10 record, right?
Right.
So let's first test it. Yes, done. And just refresh it. Here, he say by IDs. Now try out. This is the list of IDs, right? So
Right.
here pass like ID I want 4, ID I want 6, ID I want 2, right? These are the ID I want. And just this, so they return the only list of 3, right?
Right.
This is the one way. But sometime I want to 3, again next 3, again next. Look like pagination. Here we have to pass ID. I don't want to pass. I just say I need a 3 record, yeah, 2 record, something, right?
Right. So I think that's what you planned
Yeah,
earlier.
that is the we plan. So I'm saying this is the way, but this not solve our problem. So let's
Right.
we are going to the one more endpoints that support pagination. So these endpoints are just by IDs, right? But now we are going to support pagination. So by default, this repository support. You don't write many complex logic. Good things. Your JPA repository are did everything for you. Just look this this is the one uh, public interface. They have implemented CRUD repository. CRUD means create, update, delete. And one is the pagination and sorting. So this
Hmm.
interface have some method. Notice this interface have a method. Find all and pass the sorting. You want to sort them record, right? Sort by name,
Oh,
sort
yeah,
by,
yeah. Hmm.
and similarly, this have also extend the pagination and sorting repository here. And now they have a find all method and pass the page detail. Means ki page 1, page 2, page 3. So I am going to use this method. Find all, pass the page detail. They return the page. So
Okay.
these all this already implemented. Just we have to use a specific method, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's good. So let's just for explanation, why I'm this repository is sufficient for almost all the problem. Create, update, delete, delete by ID, find by all the methods you can find here.
Hmm.
Look like this
Right.
is the one interface, but they have extended multiple interface. Notice this interface extend CRUD. CRUD means all basic operation: create, update, delete, all. This is the pagination and sorting. Pagination means pagination which you are going to learn, and sorting as well as I want to notice here. I am getting all employee, but notice the by default they are ordered by ID, right? ID.
Right.
But I
Mhm.
want this, maybe this should be ordered by the name, or age, or
Okay.
salary.
Okay. Oh, we can do that too. Yeah.
This
Hmm.
API support you can do, right? The lot
Hmm. Yeah.
even later part we can understand. You can use some query as well as later part we'll discuss. But today let's on the pagination. Okay, so let's come here. I am going to interested not by IDs. This would be some different endpoint. Let's employees uh, by pagination. Okay, pagination. Okay, so pagination, what things we have to do? So let's understand. So here we are generally in pagination. We need a what kind of things? You need a number of page. In one page, number of record you want, right?
Yeah.
So in our database we have a 10 record, right? Let's assume, right? So by
Right.
default, I am saying, hey, I am create the five record per page. It means ki one page, 5 record, another page, 5 record. This means the 2 page it will by do, right? 5 to 10,
Right.
right? If we have a
Right.
20 record in the database, that means they create a 4 pages for me, right?
Right.
5 record, 5 record. So here say the number of pages you want, and here say ki each page number of record you want, right?
Right.
These two parameters we have to. I want this should be user pass. I don't say by default here I am writing hard code, right? You just say maybe I want to just 2 2, eh? Maybe 3 3. So let's
Right.
receive request from user. Hey user, I want uh, employees by pagination, right? Good name, the same name here, right? So here say I am say request parameter. What should be integer page number, right?
Right.
Page number. and page size. You can say this is the page number, right? And second parameter take as a page size. I did two. Okay. Second page size. These two parameter I get from the user, right? So whenever I build endpoint, there it give me the two value, page number and page size. And after that, I say, hey, I'm not going to use. I am going to use the different method. Find. Notice this one, page page table. I'm going to call this. So this is the object. They say you give me what? Give me. Sorry, I'm uh, again say I want to see this. Notice that this is the pageable. So they return the page. I want to page wise page, not the all. So here I going to use uh, this one. Okay, and but here we have to pass page request. Okay, the page request is the one object. Okay, of notice you pass the page number and page size, right?
Right.
So here you
Right.
already this is the page number and this one is the page size. Two variable
Okay.
you pass from user, right?
Right. Right. Okay.
And that you just pass here. Just take a variable. Okay, this is the page request and just you pass. Hey, this is my page request. And here,
Right. Right. Okay.
okay, page of employee. So now just need these changes. You say, hey, I need this the page number and page size. Okay. So now whenever you build this endpoint, now your find all method not return all value, just the you given the page size 2, 3, 4, 5. Only those record they return. Let's test, right? So all and everything's almost your Spring framework given to us. Just as per our use case, we have to use, right?
Right.
Let's test. As these are the very sometime important for us in a real actual application. Actual application you cannot just find all, right?
Right.
So let's again refresh, and now we are getting one more endpoints. Here our this is pagination. So now here
So what did you say? Actual application?
generally actual application not say find all.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, all means when your application is deployed one day and after 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, your number of records so huge, right? So you cannot
Mm.
recall, never return all the data database and one API response, right? Generally, always support pagination, right?
Right.
So
Right.
notice they are asking two variable. Let's try out. And here say, hey, I want to page number 0 means first page, and each page I want to three record rates, right? This API only return first three value to us. Let's test. So notice first three value we are getting only, right?
Right.
You said no, I want to first only two. The year just changed two. They return the first two value only. Notice they return only two value.
Right.
And no some additional information here. Notice total element you have a 10, right? A total page size 5 and page size you have 2. So whatever information I am passing here, if you want in our database how many total record, they give you the total record in your database table is a 10,
Right.
right? Even if this is your first two, let's say this is your first page, I want to next page, that means just you have to change your next page, I want to 1. So they return next more two record, next two like 3 and 4, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, no, I want to next page number 2, right? So they return next two record, right? This is the next two record.
Right. Right.
This is the notice whenever you are going to look any application, always on the mobile application, you are scrolling, right? It is scrolling. This way, new page requests come. Many applications have a pagination, next button, next button, next button, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So those things already placed here. Just say which page number you want to display. You want to page number five, five on the five page number. So by default, they put the intelligence, they are divided your total uh, page on the basis of page size, right? And you
Right.
notice I am getting the on the fifth there is a node content. There is a if you your total record is a 10, and there is a no kind of a fifth page. Just check the fourth page, zero, because page one started from zero, index zero, right? So notice on
Right.
the last page I am getting this I 9 and 10, right?
Right.
This is the way your pagination works.
Right.
Simple. Just now you can get all record. Here I'm getting all record just by next page, not the by default. By default, I need only first five record in the first page, right? First page. Just say first page and five
Right.
record. So only five record I'm getting. Only I am five record getting. This is five record, right?
Right.
And my total record is my 10, right?
Right.
We have a total pages 2, means ki total pages have a 2. The first page I am gives, the next page I can go one more page, one page, the next 10 record I can get, right? Next 5, this is next 5,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
And after that you can say there is a no record in my system, page number 2, I am not getting no any data, page is empty, right? Content empty, right? Because after third we have not any data, right? Because we have only 10 row. The 10 row means just 2 pages with respect to up to 5 page size.
Right.
Is it easy?
Yeah. That's
The
good.
sometime notice here one more thing. Whenever you are paging go, uh, here you click try out. By default, you are submit. They are not. They are asking you have to put this. This is a mandatory thing, right? You cannot execute this by default, right?
Right.
Notice, hey, please provide page number and page size. The sometime I want as a backend designer, why I cannot give some default value here? Why user maybe change if needed, right? So by default, you can give some value here, right? I
Right.
want to default should be page 3 size. Maybe user put or not put. Our API should return something, right? Sometimes some applications say, hey, no, user must type this value. You can give some default value. The question is that how we can give the default value here, right? The server
Right.
can give. So go to the here. Here by default, these are mandatory field. Whenever you say request parameter, by default, this is become mandatory field. User must have to pass this, right? So
Right.
I can say, hey, I'm not getting mandatory, but I give the optional. User can pass or user cannot pass, right? So this is give again using this parameter here. Say uh, uh, required, required. Say false. This is not required by default. And what is the default value? Default value. Let's space for the 0, right?
Right.
So this is the way you can give this additional information with a request param, right? And
Okay.
here
Okay.
say default size
Mhm.
is a 3. So now whenever you restart application, your application by default say, hey, this is not required field because required is a false. And now say the default page number 0 or page size is the 3. If user is not passing anything, I pass at least this value, right? Is it good?
Yeah.
So let me start it. Just load.
So pagination is a part of. It's a method. It's a functionality. It's a method. It's a part of.
Yes, is a part of Spring itself.
J-
So let's refresh, and now it's time. This will not say, hey, it is a mandatory field. Sometime you want to mandatory, sometimes you don't want to. Notice? This is the endpoint, and just open here. Notice here, give the default value. Notice default,
Right, right. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
and I just try out. By default, they put the value and just hit them, right?
Right,
By default, you are getting the three record.
right, right,
It's good. So sometime these are the help. I don't want to three. I want to a seven record at first page. Change this and test. You are getting a first seven record, right?
right, right. Yeah,
It's good.
yeah,
So these are the part of your pagination. Means generally, whenever you are implementing get endpoints, you are returning bulk record. You must implement this pagination. Don't return all record like this way. If you run this way, it is fine now. But what happen? My database contain 1 million record. This page is not load and page is break. You are getting some exception because browser have a limited number of bandwidth to load data, right? As of now, simple application it's fine. You have only 10 or 20 record. We are getting successful, right?
right,
So just our learning purpose, we are using this find all method, but always use find all with pagination attribute, with page request attribute. This is the way, right?
right.
Good.
Pagination. Yeah,
So let's one more thing missing. You say this API support the sorting. I want to sort by name, sort by age, right?
yeah.
So
So
just
we can do that too.
they're simple. Let's say I'm just making the one more API, pagination with sorting, sorting and pagination. Pagination with sorting. I want sorting actually with
Sorting.
sorting.
Yeah,
So here, by default, I say, ki, hey, this is the my. Even you can say this is the not needed. Just you pass here itself, right? Not okay. So now just change this method pagination with sorting, right? So here we required pagination, but I want sorting. The question is that in which field you want sorting? By name, by age, by salary, by ID.
mhm,
You tell me, right? So
correct.
we need one more attribute. Tell me the name, right?
Right,
So I can say, hey, I need one more variable here. That would be your uh, sort by, right? Sort by. Just sort by name. Which name you want, right? Question is
right,
that whenever you're going to sorting, again, next question asks, you are doing sorting ascending or descending? Question is obviously, I am saying sort by name. So you are going to descending order, ascending order. Which order you want, right?
right.
So have to need one more variable, right? Order by. Which order by, right? Field. Order by. So these two field you have to send, right?
Yeah,
So additional pagination it's okay, sorting, and here also give the default value. What sort by? Let by default sort by ID field, right? If you're not passing any, I'm going to sort by ID. By default, I am going to ascending order ASC. For MySQL, there is a two query for ascending and descending. You can go and check MySQL. For ascending, you have to keyword ASC, order by ASC. This is the MySQL query. And similarly for descending, DESC. Because this query are run by your database. And database by default support your sorting. You go to database and say order by ABCD. So let me show the database and show you the concept. Okay. I think you this is the MySQL database somehow. This is my right.
right.
Oh, you have to enable
No, no,
database.
this is H2, H2.
Yes. So first we have to enable database. Okay. Uh, because by default this H2 console you cannot access. By default you are trying to go to console localhost H2 database. H2 console by default you are not able to access because this page you have to tell Spring Framework, hey, I want to access H2 console. So by default it's a disable. So you have to go an application property file, enable them, right? So let's yesterday we did like our blog, and yesterday we did the setting. Just I started pasted here. This is the set my application property file, right? Just set them, right?
Right.
Just application property you have to set. So you can show, right? Until this annotation you cannot put na h2 console enable. You cannot access this URL by default. Okay, okay, just stop them.
Because it's true. That's why.
Uh, by default is a false, means you cannot access this URL. So let me
Oh, okay.
first complete this endpoint, right? The first say ki this is the sort by name, means ascending or descending. Here you say ki which field. So by default, this pagination works, but notice this is a overloaded method. They take a second parameter. Notice sort maybe off method. Notice notice they have a third parameter ask the direction, which sorting page you want. So by default, this attribute, whatever you pass sort order by ascend field, whatever they say, order by ascending or descending. Maybe user here you want to ascending or descending. So here if you check whatever the order by uh, DES DESC by default descending equal ignore case order by. If our customer want to descending, then you have to send the descending, else by default also ascending, right? So here say if or else. We have a two case. So here two case we have to apply sort by. So here say one field name as a I think a by sort by and give your this is the order by field, which order by you want, right? Dot
Yeah.
descending. This is the same here sort. Okay, sort field. Okay, so here sort. So here say ki by default descending this is the ascending. So this thing you have to decide ki which order they want. This sort field you have to pass this third parameter here. Just notice this additional steps we have to do for a sorting. We have to this additional parameter change me the sorting field. Okay. So this is the sort by ascending or descending, whatever you want. If user pass ascending or descending, depend upon the your case. And here
Right.
say, what they say there. Sort penal. Why not? This is the if and else. Both case I pass sort by ID and name, whatever. It will okay. I think it should works. That's not a problem. S out. I'm just print the whatever the pagination request, right? Okay, this should be string, right? And this should be string, not integer, right?
Right.
Because the ID field, right? So now this pagination is sorting to extra field you have to pass, right? If you don't want to sorting, don't pass them, right? So what you are doing here, just you are deciding which field. You just tell me the sort by name, you are doing the sort by name, or age, set whatever the file, and ascending or descending this second parameter set, right? So let's start the application. So this additional steps you have to play for the this one variable sort by name or ascending or descending. Whatever the name, ascending, descending, you can just place them, right? So this is the way sometime you notice go to the any application and mobile, your data sometime alphabetic order sorting, right? Sometime date wise sorting, right? So
Right.
these things easily you can place here, right? And just test our Swagger API. So we can create one more endpoint that support pagination with sorting, right? With sorting. And now they have a lots of parameter. I'm not trying anything. Just by default. I just change. So by default, I'm getting three record by your ID sort. But I want sort by the name, right? Name. So this is the name. I have to pass just here. Hey, I want to name, right? All are the okay. Just set here. I am getting sorted by notice. First Adam, then Bennett, then Corey, right? You are getting record sorted by your name. Go to console and refresh and just connect and check database employee notice. So this is the all record. Notice all record. So I'm just sort by name. The name should be first this, and this, right? Three. So same thing I'm getting here, right? You say not I don't want to ascending. I want to descending. So here say DES descending. And just tell now you are getting the last three record. Notice here a same query you can run from here. Select star from database order by let's say name DESC descending and run this query. You are netting descending order. First three record I am getting in this our API. Notice here first three record Smith, Paul, Paula, right? Here. Notice you say here ascending ASC ascending order. So by default notice this is the first three record. First three record here. Here say ascending ASC ascending. So by default, this is the first three record. So this is the first page. Notice the include. This is the first page. Notice this. Second page would be less next three. James, Johns, and Kenneth. Let's check my second page work or not. Right? I am going to. I need a second page. Means next page. Notice next three. James, John, and Kenneth. Right? This is my next three. Right? And after three, Mary, Paula, Paul. Let's check the next pagination, right? I want to next second page. Next. So you notice I am getting Mary, Paul, Paula, right? So this way you can say our pagination also work with the sorting as well as, right? Here, if you want to know, I want to descending order. The by default here say DESC descending order. So notice in descending, I want to first the four record. So here say, hey, so here say go here and say I want should be zero. I want to four record. I want to name sorted and descending, and just say I am getting first sorted name by the descending first four as per the database sorting. This is the Smith Paul, right?
Right.
Similarly here, notice here, you want to nest four, nest more four. After Mary, notice after Mary, this is the first four nest Kenneth, John, James, Corey, right? It would because the descending order I'm starting here. Same I say I need the next page number one. Yes, I am getting the same again record. Kenneth, James, John, Corey, right? In this way, we are getting our record on the basis of name sorting. So you say, no, no, I don't want to sort the name.
Right.
I want to sort by age, right?
Right.
So let's so code here say I want to set age, right? Age.
Right.
You run database here query. So by default, you are setting data on the basis of age sort. Age is the 70 descending order, right? If you say ascending order, ASC, ascending order, you are getting the by default smallest Paul, Adam, Corey, these are the smallest. Similarly, these things you can go from your hey, my Swagger API, try out. I want to sort by age, right? And do it. So I am getting first three records sorted by the age. As per the database, this should be Paul, Adam, Corey, first three. This is the Paul, Adam, Corey, first three. What would the next three? Smith, Paul, James. Go to the next page. I want to next page. Just plus one. I am getting the next page. Next page is Smith, Paul, James. As per database, Smith, Paul, James. Next three, Kenneth, Mary, Bennett. Just check the next page. Next page, next page. I am getting the next page. Here is the Kenneth, Mary, Bennett, right?
Right, right,
So this is the way by default. Now you given the choice to the developer or UI application. Hey UI, which page you want? Each page size tell me. If you want sorting, tell me the name. Which name you want to sorting? You want to ascending or descending? Tell me. By default, this API asks everything for you, right?
right.
Let's I want say, hey, I want to not I want to first page with the record number 7 record I want. Age by salary I want, right? Salary, okay. Give the salary. By default, I want to descending order, right? And test.
Yeah,
This API return 7 record say order by salary in descending order. Notice this is the order by salary in descending order. So this is the
yeah,
highest salary 78 and 60, no, 68, 67, 66, 64, right?
right.
So they are very flexible way. Notice here they are whatever the page size I'm passing here, they are noting. Page number, sorting, they are everything. And notice this API always return if you want to total count, there you have already total count, your total number of pages, total count your is 10. Page size
Right,
is 7. Total number of pages, your 3, right? 2 pages. So
right,
sometime you notice go to the website, someone say total you say like believe here say 5 pages, two of a 5 pages, right? Two of
right,
five, two of 5 pages, and total recall is the 10. So all this information, number of page, total size, each and everything your API giving a response. If you want to now UI teams get this data and display the actual view, right? Let's go to the my email box, okay? My email box, and email box by default implement because
what does the UI team do? UI team,
UI team using this information to create the pages, UI page, right?
like using HTML, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Notice this is my email, and this is in
Right.
this email. Notice they are showing your one say 1
Oh,
to
yeah, 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 yeah,
100,
yeah.
a
Right,
total
right,
size of the 58,000 email, right?
right.
The
Yeah,
58,000 you are showing first for 1 to 100. This is a 1 to 100 record, right? They are
right,
not email showing all the record to you once, right? You want to next page. Here you are by default going to the click next page, right? I want to next here,
right,
next page, right? Next page means they are
right,
going to again showing from 200, 101 to 200, right? So this is the
right,
next record. So similarly, this UI page internally use this information. Which information? This one. Page your total size, your page size, your total size, and number of pages, right?
right, right,
So this information help UI team build the UI. And what number of data want? This is the this API all the data come under the contentful types, right?
right,
So this is the very simple things and very useful things, right?
right,
Sometimes you don't want to sorting, don't want sort, just pagination you do, just pagination, just do
right,
pagination,
right,
and by default you are getting the only because by default our system say I only first 3 record I can show you, right? Because my
right,
mobile bandwidth limitation is the information I can show, right?
right,
But some application require bigger length. You can change your I want to 10 record. Just say you give the 10 record, right? So this is the from the implementation perspective. We are using the same method, find all method, but with the page information. Just additional one parameter we pass, find all with the page information.
right.
Page information you want to just pass here, page number and page size. Or you want to sorting, then you can pass a third parameter here, sort. Sort decide ascending or descending, because I give the preferences to this customer, user choice, they want to ascending or descending, right? So due
Right.
to that, I ask this parameter, hey, you pass me this parameter, and I can create my condition. If you want to ascending, I create ascending. If you want to descending, I create descending. Sort is the required direction. What kind of a direction you want to sort, right?
Right.
The only additional parameter, sort parameter, we have to include. So notice, from the implementation perspective, there is no any complex logic. Very simple, just call find all method and pass the page request,
So you
right?
just pass one page
One
request.
parameter,
Okay.
yes. In the in the all API, you can just find all.
Yeah.
Find all means they return everything, because you are not giving any information. Page
Right.
size,
Right.
page number, sorting, you are not giving anything, right?
Right.
Due to that, they return all. This work fine for your small application, small databases, right?
Right.
But this code is not work fine for the bigger database. If your database have a 10 million record, you are really need to display 10 million record in the UI? No. The by default say, hey, I'm not exposing this endpoint. I'm exposing by default by pagination. Tell me which
Right.
number of page you want. I by default I just show first three record. You want to next? Give me the next page I can give you. You want to more next? You give me the next page I can give you, right?
Right.
So this is the default size, maybe default size 1. I want default size 10. By default 10 page I am give you, right? Whatever is default page size you want, right?
Right.
So by default now our application return first 10 row. You want to next 10? Just give me the next page number, right? So let's test. The by default you say set. The by default our system set the default value set, right?
Right.
So these are the options. You say mandatory or not mandatory, that's your requirement. But by default, we system decide if user miss something. I don't want to user pass ki what is the default value, yeah, what number of page. So you as a backend engineer, we can decide, hey, by default, I am giving you only the 10 record for you, right?
Right.
Not started till just loading. Let's start it. So here by default, the generally for testing purpose you can use this all, but generally in actual application always use your pagination to return bulk response, right?
Right. Right.
The here by default I'm go to I'm not passing anything, just try out and just I execute. The by default I'm getting the first 10 only, right?
Right.
If more than 10, just send me the which page number you want, page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, page number whatever the page number you want, right?
Right.
You can decide ki what page number could be, because I am returning the total number of size. Total number size our record have, right? 10 record.
Right.
That 10 means you have only one page. You are getting all data, right? If let's
Right.
say you have a 100 record, they give you the here you are getting the 1,100. Question is that ki how our API know total count? Because you notice in the backend API run two query, one select query, one run select count query. Notice
Right.
this
Mhm.
query return me the count of your database. Always internally this will run count query as well, as not only two query internally run for no, notice this query run and they return the count 10 row, right?
Right.
This is the count query, select count from the table, they returning your count name. Due to that you should aware ki the number of pages would be, right? Because you know the total number of record is this, each page have a 10, the number of pages what you want, which page you want to go, right?
Right.
This is basic mathematics. That's good. And sometime, oh no, I want to pagination, but also want to sorting. Then you give more to more option. Your sort by and order by. Just you select here. Hey, by default you can. I give you all the options. You just run. You are getting the all the data. But say, hey, by default you are supported order by ID. So I am getting all data by the ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I say, no, no, I want to descending order. You choose DESC descending. Just change. Now you are getting data in the descending order. Notice for 10, 10, 9, 8, 6. No, no, I don't want to 8. I want to name. Just change the name. You are getting data on the name descending order, right? No, no, I
Right.
want to ascending. You say yes, right? Now all the flexibility given to the UI, right? On which
Right.
UI, our backend API is properly support everything. Just UI, what kind of customer you want to build.
Right. Right.
Till now, any question, any doubt with respect to today lecture, pagination and sorting?
I think I understood
Great.
uh, this one properly. It's
Uh,
just a new thing to me.
yeah,
New.
yeah. But this is really, really needed. Okay. So what we did today, just we create one employee, one table model,
Yeah.
and after that we just created as usual a repository, and after
Yeah.
that we can created our REST endpoint. First created
Right.
the REST endpoint get all, they returning the repository that find all method.
Right.
Second, we created get by ID, just pass only one ID, I return only one record.
Right.
Say, no, no, I want to list of IDs. Yes,
Right.
you, I can return the list of ID. And after that, I want, no, I find all, but with a page size and page number,
Right.
means with pagination. Sometimes, so here, might need a sorting, so you pass two more field, sort by and order by, right?
Right.
And same method I using the find all method, just by the page request. Here also using the just find all method, just by the page request. Means this object contain your page number, page size, and sort by field,
Right.
right? So due to this three parameter, our Spring framework identify they request the paginated data.
Right.
It's good. And this is the
Yeah.
simply we created one more endpoint post bulk data. You can upload any number of bulk data, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's do practice. If any confusion, any doubt, surely we can connect.
So the last one we did that before.
Yes, yesterday we did, yesterday this class we did bulk upload.
Hmm.
And yesterday we did also, this is the find by IDs. Yeah,
Right.
find by ID, uh, find all. We already cover this in the yesterday classes. And today we just add two more endpoint with pagination, all employee with paginated, and all employee with pagination and sorting as well as, right?
Right.
So what we
Got
think, just we are going to add one extra argument in the find all method. Page request object I passing. A page request just contain your page number, page size, and sort field, right? So this
right.
is the additional thing just we explore to hey find all method. This is the page information. Just you take and response me not all employee, but as a page number. So notice here the return type of this method is a page employee, not a list employee. Notice
Right. It's a page. So
page.
number of page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So page is contain your page is contain. Notice page contain your content, means actual data, employee data, plus additional information like your total number of record, your total page size, right? Your
Right.
actual current page size, right?
Right.
So this extra informations where our backend return. If you say list, so I only return employee. If user want, hey, I want to total number of records so that I can display my UI, hey, total 500 record, right?
Right. Right.
So this extra information where I can put in this page object.
Right.
This page
And
of
this extra information that returns,
hmm.
who? So we use it, or it's not? It's just in the background.
We are just using in the response we are getting. This is a response.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
This
Okay.
response, yes, we want to know. Okay, I want to EY the number of total record. Maybe I someone. each and every person don't have access to the MySQL database. Don't go and everyone run the all the query, right?
Right.
Everyone don't have a database access. I know this is all the 10 record, but the who are using my third party application, because your API by default support only 10, you are only returning 10 record. But you want to nest, you give the request nest, give the request nest. Until how
Mm.
many times? Until you don't know the total count, they can unnecessarily requesting you, right?
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
So let's do practice of this pagination and sorting feature of Spring Data JPA.
Yes,
That's good.
that's good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay bhai.
Thank you.